Hello, everyone. I want to introduce you to my friend Tyffani Jackson. She completed my intentional manifesting course. It's been a few months now, right, Tiffany? Because and then life got in the way, and you've kind of been busy with things. And so here we are finally connecting. But would you introduce yourself to my audience?
Sure. Tyffani Jackson, manifesting generator. Like, what else is there, right? Multiple businesses, over 23 years when the first one started. And yeah, massage therapist, also not a massage therapist,
Who
20
runs
other
her
on
own,
top of that.
yeah, who owns her own business for that massage
Yeah.
therapy school and a chiropractic arm and
Yeah.
the what are
I,
the pods, the bathing pods?
oh, like a float pod. Yeah.
Yes, I love those.
The
Yes.
massage business has massage and float. Then I've got a chiropractic business. And then I've got like commercial real estate and residential real estate and my husband's DJ thing.
Yeah. So
His
like you
wife.
guys got all the stuff going on. Every time Tiffany will post about something and I'm like, you're doing that too? So I'm like, typical Manny Jen, right?
Yeah. RV rental there for a while.
Yep. Yep.
We put the pause button on that for a minute, but this year it's kind of re-emerging. So
Awesome. Well, you and I have known each other for several years. Will you tell the audience where were you at, before you started my intentional manifesting program?
yes. Yes, I will. Okay. So I'd been through like, I don't even know, countless coaching, training, business classes. One really intense one, it's actually where I met Lark
Mhm.
initially. One very intensive program 3 times, because what better way to just like drill it in and get it down than to go on repeat and just like do one layer at a time, right? And I had applied, I would say like 90% of everything I learned in there. There's maybe a good 10% in there that I said, you know, it doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. And I know it's good advice, but it doesn't fit. So I'm going to put it on the shelf. But I was kind of at this place where I thought I don't know what more to do. I've got my several of my businesses were on a really good flow. But one or two were just constantly pulling at me, dragging me down, taking all of my energy. Like I felt like I was whipping them over my shoulder like a big old black garbage bag full of stuff and yanking them along. That was the feeling. If I could describe it in a visual. And yeah, I just was like, I don't know what more to do here, but dude, let's go. I need something. And then Lark starts popping up all over the place with her answers and social media. And I said, I'll go do that. That sounds fun.
So when you were in the program, like, I mean, you were one of my favorite students because you just caught on to it, you lit up, and you were sharing everything. What was a big aha for you when you were in the program?
Mm. Um, I think, well, there were probably two. This was a twofold. So one was I thought that I had to focus on money goals. Like in all my traditional business trainings, it's set a specific goal, set a number goal, and then work your metrics backwards to reach that goal. And then you just focus on that. Like you focus on how you're going to get there. So much focus on how. And that was clearly what was taking me down. Because my aha was it is not the how.
And that's what I teach, right? We get so wound up about the how, and like you were saying, it's dragging me down. You're like, if I knew how, I would have done it by now.
Right. I would have done it like 15 years ago.
Mhm. Yep.
So it wasn't about the how. The how wasn't missing. I have the how in place. I had the how in place. It wasn't about the how. And then the other part was, so along the way in all these like coaching moments, even with Lark back in the day, Lark was a different Lark.
Years ago, I was different. Yeah. She calls it scary Lark.
There's Scary Lark and New Lark. And Scary Lark was very intimidating. There we go. Intimidating and very like, well, I want to be like that, but I don't know how. And I don't think I can be like that. So I'm gonna just, I don't know, crawl in a hole or something. That was kind of that experience with Lark. She was just so big and powerful, right? She walked into a room and you were like, whoa, who's that? So I've loved that about Lark forever. And but the difference is new Lark knows why about some things. So like I did not know why when a business coach presented me with an idea that looked feasible, perfect, whatever, it looked like logical, right? Why I would just be like, nope, not for me. I did not know why. And now, after working that program with Lark and really diving into the human design component of it, I have always understood myself, but what I didn't know was why.
Mhm.
And having a why somehow gave me this permission to just
Permission to
say,
be yourself, right?
because I know why. Like
Mhm.
I always felt like I had permission to be myself. And I would, but and I'd be like, I mean, I know you have good intentions and thanks for the coaching. And I'm gonna take part of that and use it. And sorry, I know I probably just offended you or annoyed you, but whatever. And I would move on with my life, right? Um, but there was an extra level of peace that came with knowing why,
Mhm.
confidence.
I think so often we're told this is the way you do it. And if you follow this formula, you can be successful like the coach, right? But that
Yeah,
formula is their formula. It's not your formula. And as soon as we dive into your human design and you find out, oh, I'm a manifesting generator. I have permission to do a million things all at once. I'm not strange. I'm not broken. I'm right on my path.
right. Yeah, I mean, even just yesterday, a really good example of this was I had a list of things to pick from, list of things that needed to be done in this workshop we were at together. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do this one and this one. And then I got to the next one and I went, and that's not the next one. It's gonna come up from over here on the list. Like this whole other place on the list jumped the line.
Mhm.
And before I would have been like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just do it? And I just went, well, because I'm doing this one. It's fine. They're all on the list.
Yeah,
They all have to be done.
right.
I want to do this one right now. They all need to be done. I want to do that one
Yeah.
right now.
And it
And so,
changes the energy that you have.
yeah, because I'm not stuck in my head anymore going, oh, but I should be doing that over there.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't like the shoulds.
No, it's made quite a world of difference.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect. Well, tell me, like I said, we've known each other for several years. I was working as a coach in an earlier business where you were taking coaching programs from, and then COVID happened, life changed, we moved on, and then we connected a couple years ago. So, what was it about during that time that you finally decided, oh, now it's time to work with Lark?
well, Lark started popping back up again in my reality. And so I think there's probably two parts of that there. One is it was a desire, something that I needed or wanted. And then Lark was sharing again, right? Like she's doing now probably with this video. And so you there's two parts of it. There's the calling part where we know we need something and then or want something or desire something or whatever that is for us, right? And then like I wanted help or guidance to get back on track with something like in my own personal goals in life and family and all that. And then Lark was sharing. So
Oh, thank you. Well, and I would say I think you did really well with your goals. I mean, you finished and then you also added new goals, right? You're like, I'm done. I can do more things. Awesome. Okay, so if you had a friend who was considering working with me, what would you tell them?
mm, well, and what have I also told them?
Okay.
I mean, if it's, let's see, like if it's something that's been calling to you and you're seeing, if it's the same situation, right? It's something calling to you. You're saying, this looks like it might be the way for me to reach my goals or for me to get myself back to a place of peace or maybe to like I feel broken somehow, even if it's not fully broken, if it's just, well, there's something wrong. If you're feeling like there's something wrong, I mean, and you see a Lark video, it's probably the answer that you've been asking for.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that when like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will come.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
Actually, since the program, it's interesting, like the number of things that I went, oh, I want to focus on this. I'm going to need resources for this to get this done. Da, 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 da. All those resources have just flooded.
Perfect. And that's probably, part of teaching in what I teach in the program is how to bring in those resources and how not to
Right.
worry so much about the how and to get bogged down in that because that's not where we need to focus.
I mean, that's probably the difference between before working with Lark and after.
Mhm.
Before I had, I'm like, I don't know, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there's Lark. Well, maybe it's Lark. And now it's like flooding because I've been more intentional
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
perfect. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I wish you all the best with all of your projects. I know that in 10 years, whatever you're doing will look completely different because that's what you're meant to do and who you are.
Maybe even in 6 months.
Okay. 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 That's 6 months. There you go.
You never know.
Awesome. Thank you.